Right now, the world as a whole is in a bit of trouble, so it's no surprise at all that NASCAR is struggling as well. As the worldwide pandemic rages on, industries, corporations, normal people, and everybody in between has been caught in the viral crossfire. NASCAR is far from the exception, and instead, unfortunately, is part of the norm. Originally, they had aimed for the return of racing around May 9th for the Martinsville night race. But with Virginia Governor Ralph Northam issuing a stay-at-home order through June 10th and the Martinsville Speedway being planned as a testing site, the chances of a race getting in, at the scheduled date at least, are slim at best, and Slim may have just left the building. While some fans are wanting NASCAR to at least run a race without fans at attendance, it would be a horribly nearsighted decision for them to put hundreds, probably even thousands, at risk for contracting the virus in the garage area. And with the eastern United States, like New York, Rhode Island, and Connecticut, all being the most heavily infected areas, it's probably not wise as well to expect to have any races nearby them either. Being completely honest, this thing is so fluid, and the target has been moving so much that really it's just a day-to-day thing that NASCAR has to go along with. On a broader scale, though, there could be some guesses as to what may happen on the long term. More than likely, this thing is going to go through May and probably into June. And if this is the case, then there is no way that NASCAR could get all the races in before the playoffs, and more than likely, some may not even be made up at all. If the postponement goes past that and into the summer months, then cancellations are inevitable. At this point, NASCAR will be needing to make some big decisions over how to proceed. Using the remainder of the year to make up races would be a logistical nightmare. With these cancellations would also be a huge loss in money for the sport as well. Basically, the longer this goes on for, the more and more that everyone in the industry is affected in the long term and possibly for good. Now, if this ordeal goes into July and August like some estimates have put it at, then cancellations are ensured, and on a very massive scale. This is really where there will need to be a serious conversation about canceling the season overall. While drivers and teams could be ready for racing, a delay in normal life for this long could leave social order in shambles. If racing were to resume in the late summer or early fall, more than likely there wouldn't be many races made up, if any. There would also need to be serious questions as well about canceling the playoffs or not, in exchange for a year-long points title. I know that this is a wish that a large amount of long-term fans and older fans would want, but there is good reasoning to this argument. If the season loses half its races or more, there really wouldn't be a good metric for the competition to decide who properly makes it in. Also, another racing series has already set the precedent over this, the NHRA. They canceled their playoffs for a traditional season-long title as well, so NASCAR wouldn't be doing this without some form of guidelines. If the season does get canceled then, I would assume that the plan is to hope for 2021 to go as normal as possible. As of recording this video, NASCAR's already pushed back the planned 2021 next-gen car release. And that same day, Toyota publicly urged NASCAR to delay it all the way back to 2022, which I think should happen, and this would probably happen if there were more postponements or cancellations right now in the current year. With everything shut down, it means that NASCAR's testing of the new car has been put on the back burner. For the foreseeable future, NASCAR will need to plan in the short term and work to save as many jobs as possible this year. As for the long term, NASCAR and the teams will need to adapt to an economy with far less sponsorship dollars in it. An environment that will be much tougher and unrecognizable to the one that we had just before March of 2020. Overall, though, there are much more important things to restore in the country and the world before NASCAR. It's gonna be a long road to get there, but we will. I now want to pass this subject on to you. When do you think we'll see cars on the track again? Let me know down in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. And until next time, Stay safe and have a good one.